everybody, how are you today? It's Sara Bown coming at you today from New Brunswick, Canada, where I live. It is currently August 5th, which makes it New Brunswick Day here, so if anyone else is in Canada watching this, happy New Brunswick Day. Today I wanted to start a 4-series webinar. And the reason that I decided on this was because today on my Sara Bown Wellness Transformation Facebook page, I posted a statement, and the statement was, I want to change my life. And after that, I asked if anybody could relate to that statement, and if so, how? How could you relate? So based on the response that I had in the short time that it's been posted, and knowing the fact that not everybody will leave a response, even those who can relate, I've decided to do a 4-part webinar where I'll post something for the following 4 weeks, starting today, in an attempt to help you start the ball of change rolling, of making the changes that you want to achieve in your life. And so today, what I really wanted to focus on was the importance of focus, the importance of really zooming in and seeing what it is you want to change. So getting down and being very specific. So I posed the question, or I posed the statement, I want to change my life. But as we all know, it's a very broad spectrum. There's so many things that we could want to change, and I think that's where many of us get stuck. We know that we want to make a change. We know that it's important to us, but we don't really step past that part of knowing that we want to change into what exactly do we want to change. And so it would be like deciding that we're going to do a remodel in our kitchen, knowing that we want to do a remodel, but not having any idea with the paint color, the repairs that are going to be needed, what do we actually want to add in that's new. So we know we are being somewhat specific. We know that it's the kitchen, and we know it's not the bathroom or the living room or the upstairs bedroom, but we're not specific enough to get action happening. To get the action happening, we need to get paint samples. We need to really look around and see what needs to be replaced. Am I going to have to hire somebody? Am I going to have to save money? So there's planning. And so it's the same thing when we're making a life change. We really need to get specific with what exactly is it that we want to change. So let's just say that you were a client, you came to me and said, Sara, I really want to change my health. And so there's a million things you could say to me. You could say, I want to change relationships with people. I want to change jobs. I want to change how I react when I'm at work, or how I function when I'm at work, how productive I am when I'm at work. I want to learn a new hobby. It could be so many different things, but let's just say that you came to me for health. And so the first thing I'm going to ask you is, can you be more specific? So yes, I know that it's your health, but that can be so many things. When it comes to health and wellness, again, it's so broad. What exactly is it that you want to change with your health? And so this week, we're going to completely focus on this, and this is what I'm leaving with you today. I want you to find the biggest thing right now that you want to change in your life. So focus in and zoom in on one thing. What is it that you find that's on your shoulders the heaviest right now, that if you could just get that under control and start the ball moving, that you would really feel relief and feel like you're getting some momentum to make change happen in all the other areas. So figure out what that is. Once you know what that is, get down and get specific. What exactly is it that you want to change and need to change? So you may want to change your health, but for that to happen, what do you need to change? So I want to change my health. This will mean I can't go to McDonald's 3 times a week, for an example. I want to change my health, but I'm going to have to get over the fact that I really don't like to exercise. I want to change my wellness within, so I'm really going to have to work on the perspective of always having a glass half empty, and really work on having a glass half full. So I want you to get very specific, find what it is, really look into it, study it, write it down. So you're thinking about it, maybe do it at a quiet time of day. If you have a job or you have a busy family, take a few moments where you can be alone, maybe have a journal or a piece of paper, whatever it is that you use. I quite often use my iPhone, to be honest, and jot down some notes as you're thinking about this. Anything that comes to mind. And what I always say is try not to filter your feelings. So if I was asking you a question, and when I talk to any of my clients, what I want is I want that emotion that comes right from here. It's not filtered. It's not what you think I want to hear. It's not what you think you should say. It's what comes directly from your heart. When it comes directly from your heart, it's an honest response. So even if you think that response needs more work than something that where you had to put a mask on and gave the answer that you thought you should give, what you're going to do is you're going to alleviate having to go back and figure out, okay, what exactly was I trying to say? So let's keep the masks out. Let's really focus and really zoom in on what exactly do I want to change. So this will be it for week 1. It's homework. I would love for you to share with me what you came up with. You can either do that by responding on the blog under comments, or you can respond right on the Facebook page, either Facebook page, because I'll post the link to both. You could send me a private message if you just don't feel comfortable enough to share it with everybody. Just remember that when you do share, I know that it can be hard, and I know sometimes there are reasons we just don't want other family members to see or friends to see, and I totally understand that. But what I do want you to understand is that you are never alone. So when you post a comment and respond with something, even if no one else responds, there are other people reading that can relate, that will gain something from that. You're going to give them courage. You're going to make them feel that they're not alone, because we're not alone. There's so many people that can relate with the struggles that we're having. So you are giving somebody else confidence by posting a comment, and you're giving your situation a voice, and that's really important when you want to start change. So thank you for joining me for week 1. I really hope to see you all next week for part 2. And for part 2, we're going to focus in a little bit more on what needs to happen next. So we have exactly what it is we want to change. We know some of the things that need to happen, but we're really going to dig into what really needs to happen. So specifically, how do we move from what we are aware of and what we really know now and into really making it happen, into action. And so that will be next week. Again, I hope to see you next week, and thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.